All right. We just finished week 9. Change of the background for the 3 people that watched the video form of this.
You're welcome.
But yeah, you're very welcome. You don't have to look at, my Baradur and the toilet bowl, but I can still grab it. So that way we can at least, I'll have it posted up
Show
there.
us that you're keeping it warm.
Yeah, exactly. Because I've been doing nothing but shitting right now in this fantasy football league. It will stay right here.
Just eating pounds.
That's such an awesome trophy.
Pounds of curry.
That's such an awesome trophy.
Says the guy who bought it.
It'll stay right.
This is such a great idea, man.
Stays right here, and currently
The only 3 people that are on that trophy are in this fucking chat, by the way.
Are right here.
yeah. And what's really funny is that it may be listed as 5 and 9, 6 and 8, 6 and 8. There's a chance that while I may be 0 and 9 right now, I may not take that spot still.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially. I mean, Scott keeps getting...
Potentially.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean...
We'll see what happens. I'm starting to learn also how to draft better.
Sorry?
What I'm learning is... Yeah, because after these past 2 or 3 seasons, what I've learned so far, anytime there's an Ohio State or anytime there's an Ohio State receiver, you grab them. Anytime there's an Oregon quarterback or Oregon running back, you grab. My references: Bo Nix, Justin Herbert, Bucky Irving, Emeka Ibuka, Marvin Harrison, as much as you hate to admit it, Marvin Harrison.
No comment.
And also LSU receivers, too. Don't forget about LSU receivers.
Look, when his own father says it hurts to watch the Cardinals, like, do you think it hurts to watch the Cardinals because of how much his son is struggling, or because of how much the Cardinals are struggling?
I would say the last.
I can answer this question. I don't think that Marvin Harrison Sr. has a fucking leg to stand on when he speaks about his son and his team. He happened to play with one of the best quarterbacks that has ever played the fucking game. So I don't want to hear about any fucking struggles that he perceives in his son. Not everybody gets to play with the fucking golden goose, you fucking murderous shit. Fuck you, Marvin Harrison Sr.
Oh, yeah,
I saw them talk. I saw him talk about that, and I was like, then just don't watch football, jackass.
Yeah, fuck him.
Like,
check highlights.
yeah. We don't talk about you as much as we talk about the other great wide receivers that have played the sport. So, if you're just looking for your limelight, there it is.
He comes up in conversation, but for the most part, like, he's the only one that
He's
has
one
his
of the
son.
most boring greats out there.
Basically, because he didn't have much of a diva personality when he played, which is fine. He's doing it all after the fact, which is really fun to deal with.
What's funny is that it's not even because of him that we talk about him.
Yeah, because of his fucking progeny. Like, whatever. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, complain all you want. Like, he's going to be better with, like, any other quarterback that's not named Kyler Murray. He's doing fine now. He had almost 100 yards and a touchdown. That's respectable in a lot of circles, so he needs to get the fuck over himself.
That's a top 10 wide receiver right there with that kind of performance.
Top 10 in the week? Maybe this week, yeah. This week wasn't exactly
Top 10 of the week, yeah.
Was he? Of this whole weekend?
Of this week? Well, let's find out.
I don't know. I don't feel like looking that up. I know they're like...
I will.
Go for it. I know fucking Brock Bowers.
He
on
was...
the list.
He was 0.2 points behind Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua played like half a game, so...
He was
Marvin
wide
Harrison.
receiver 6.
On the week.
Yeah, wide receiver 6.
Damn, that's kind of a weak week.
It wasn't a great week for wide receivers. I would argue it was a lot of running backs shining and a lot of defenses too. Defenses and special
quarterback play that happened this weekend.
Yeah, a lot of shoddy quarterback play. Thanks, Daniel.
I will not.
Dimes.
Yeah, sure, Daniel Jones. You could talk about, but I won't have you speak ill of the legendary matchup that was the Bears versus Bengals this weekend.
That was what?
Not a defender.
What a wild game.
Joe Flacco.
What a wild game.
Apparently, as a Bengal, because all he does is just chuck it to the fucking best receiver near him.
I mean, that guy's got, 70 targets in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like
I think
that.
that's a bit excessive, but I don't think it's no. He got like 23 like the first week he played, and
Yeah, against Pittsburgh.
he eventually got like a handful this week too. But yeah, it's
Who is it we're talking about?
what's up?
Jamar
Jamar
Chase.
Chase gets
Jamar Chase?
oodles of fucking targets in.
He had 23 targets against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that was the first week that Flacco.
That was the first week he had Flacco.
Yeah,
Yeah, 23, 19 the next week.
He's got
against the
50.
Jets.
50 in 3 weeks. 50 targets in 3 weeks.
I mean that's how you play Madden. That's not how you play NFL. Who's open? Best player.
Flacco that.
Who hasn't got a touchdown yet? Best player. It's absurd.
Absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Do you know who wide receiver 1 and 2 were this week? Because I sure the fuck do.
Were they on your team?
That'd be Drake London. No, that'd be on Joe's team with Drake London and fucking T. Higgins all of a sudden.
Didn't Brock
God
Bowers
damn it,
outscore
man.
either of them?
Well, that's a tight end.
Yes. Yes, he
He's
did.
A receiver,
Yes.
kind of still, but
Yes.
He might as well be a receiver.
basically.
But only by 4 points did he outscore Drake London.
4 points is pretty significant, dude.
Drake London put up 35. T. Higgins put up, I think, 32, 33. Fuck, man.
I left 40 points on my bench with Caleb Williams.
Not often that people say that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but how are you going to justify starting Caleb Williams over Josh Allen?
Never in a million years would I do that. That's why I was just saying. Not even then. I started Drake May.
Wait, did you really?
Yeah, when the Bills had their bye, I started Drake May. And the more I consider the idea of trading Drake May, nope, I'm going to keep him. I'm going to keep a guy who's like 6 or 7 years younger than Josh Allen, so I'll have a dude when he's burned out.
Josh Allen gets ready to kick the bucket. You've got one wait.
Yeah, when he dies. Yeah, sure. Like, he'll...
Yeah.
Did DJ Moore really have...
Yeah, he threw the touchdown pass to Caleb Williams.
He had a passing touchdown, that's what it was.
And a rushing touchdown, but no receiving touchdown. No trifecta.
Well, it was a weird game, because Roma Dunze didn't get a catch.
No. He had, what, 1 target, I
I
think?
don't even know that, but, like, not to get no catches when you score 40... What is it? 49? Something like that?
Yeah.
I think it
49.
was like 42, 49, yeah.
Whatever it was. That game was fucking hard to watch, just for the bad defenses. It was very exciting, especially towards the end.
42-47.
47 fucking points. Start everybody
He
you
had
have
3 targets.
against the fucking Bengals.
He had 3 targets.
Everybody. Start everybody.
No. You've got Jets players against the Bengals? Start them.
If you have anybody against the Jets now, I would probably fucking start them.
Yeah.
On what happened this trade deadline.
Yeah.
Wait, what a segue we can jump into with that one.
Gotcha.
Good job, Commish.
Hey.
Yeah, trade deadline was today in the NFL. And based off of everything that I've read so far, everything I've heard, this was the largest trade deadline in NFL, tied for largest NFL trade this year. Well, not this year. Can't talk. This is the largest NFL trade season.
They said it was
Ever.
the biggest one of the year, for sure.
This is the biggest one of the year. There's only one. There were 25 player transactions this year before trade deadline.
So that's total for this year, right? Not just today?
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to find the specifics here.
God damn, I gotta go through this entire thing right now.
Yeah,
But
I believe it was for the year.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I feel like the Jets were just in a rebuilding phase. Like, are they really rebuilding from their rebuilding? Is that what we're watching?
Do you know how many first round picks they have right now?
No. Is it like as many as Blake had last year and this upcoming
I
year?
would say it's a little bit more valuable
What they got?
considering it's the actual NFL, but
Yeah.
I believe they have at least 2 this year and a bunch going forward too. I mean,
Jesus.
to
They
get
got
first round
a
picks
bunch.
for the talent that they got rid of is pretty fucking remarkable. I mean, not to say that it wasn't warranted or any of these players weren't worth first round picks, because I certainly think that Sauce Gardner and Quinton Williams are both excellent players. and they deserve to have that kind of compensation. But man alive, holy shit! Just to like give up on your team that much for a first-year coach. But this also means that like Aaron Glenn's going to be there next year because like you can't reasonably say that you're going to judge a coach based on this fucking year with the talent on that roster.
When you just gave, when you just gave away their defense,
exactly
what little they had left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, they've given up on this year, as we can tell.
I'm also hearing Justin Fields is done in New York already, and
that's too. I think it's too early.
Sucks for him.
Doesn't suck for him. Doesn't suck for him. He should play better. He's never been good at passing the ball, so he should fucking be better. That's his fault.
What I would like to see the Jets do with all that compensation is go and get a quality receiver, and then they gotta fix their defense. And then
they need a line.
Huh.
I mean, they've got Garrett Wilson, and they need another receiver to go along with him.
They need a quarterback,
but they definitely need quarterback,
receiver. We'll see where their running game is after this upcoming year with Breece Hall probably leaving. And their defense needs a fucking lot of more players now because they just got rid of 2 excellent players. So that team's been a laughingstock for a long time, and I can't imagine that's going to stop anytime soon. If they're competitive within the next 10 years, that will be probably the earliest.
Yeah, they're like me.
You have an easier track to make it like turn around than they do.
Yeah.
You just need a couple good drafts, I guess. I don't know. You need to,
and people to stop asking for the moon for their players.
Well, I mean, that's
just truly rebuild. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I know we talk about the NFL trade deadline. Our trade deadline is actually this week too. So, because this is week 10, right?
Yes.
Week 10 is our trade deadline. So, those of us who are in it, those of us who are out of it, I can tell you one person that was in our group chat this weekend loudly exclaimed that he was out of it because of what happened to him this week. I can regale you with the story of what happened with the matchup of Scott and Andy this week.
Let's hear it.
I was at Zips with, Ryan was there earlier, but he left, and I was there with both Matt and Andy. Eventually, it got to the point where Matt left because he had to go do stuff, and it was just me and Andy sitting there. And really, the only games that were like kind of going on at the moment were the Las Vegas and Jacksonville game, and I think the last bit of the Buffalo-Kansas City game. And I didn't give a shit about that one because Kansas City was losing, and I was happy, and Josh Allen had like 3 touchdowns at that point. I was like, fuck yeah, that's sweet. But I'm looking over at the Vegas-Jacksonville game. Andy has Brock Bowers, and he was, as Andy does, he checks fantasy football throughout every single play of every one of his players, and he follows it like a fucking stock ticker throughout the fucking day. That's just how he plays. That's what he does. Don't understand it. I don't know why. I don't know what he fucking does in the off season. He must just sit there and cry and wait for draft. But he's watching it the entire time. He's like, yeah, I got like 1% chance to win based on like projections on Sleeper. Like, okay. And as another thing that Andy likes to do, which is a real fun tick, is like he likes to shout out his player. It says, come on, throw it to a certain player, like player 1 or whatever. He happens to have Brock Bowers, so he's like, throw it to Bowers, throw it to Bowers, throw it to Bowers. And since the Raiders don't have fucking anything at receiver at all, let's just fucking keep throwing it to Brock Bowers, which they kept doing. And then suddenly, after like a few plays, they threw to Brock Bowers, I think maybe 2 or 3 times on that drive, one of them ending in a touchdown. His 1% moves to about 35%. We're like, oh, uh-oh.
That's a jump.
Uh-oh. Yeah, 1 is usually you're fucking dead in the water. And then Jacksonville goes and they put out like, I don't know, a 10-yard fucking streak of diarrhea on their offensive thing. They didn't do anything. I was cheering for ETN on the other side of the ball. I was like, fucking run! These guys suck shit. And he didn't do anything. I'm like, well, my life sucks. Whatever. And then Raiders get the ball back. Long ass drive. They keep throwing to fucking Brock Bowers throughout the thing. It gets down to the very end. I think this is the point where, yeah, they were in overtime at this point. Jacksonville already scored, and Andy and I had an argument about whether or not you could fucking, like, the game would be over after a first touchdown was scored. And apparently that was a change because I don't fucking keep track of this shit anymore. But Jacksonville eventually, they scored, so they were up by a touchdown. Okay, cool. The Raiders get the ball. They get their chance. They go all the way down there. Guess who gets the next touchdown? Brock fucking Bowers. So he essentially scored, conservatively speaking, 25 points within the last, 4 or 5 minutes of the game. And that shot him from a 1% chance of winning to just being ahead of Scotty. And then he was so far ahead of Scotty that...
That's all she wrote.
Basically, Scotty had, he had Zach Ertz left on Monday night. And I think everybody knows what happened to fucking Jaden Daniels or whatever.
Sunday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
Sunday night. Yep.
Well, yeah, there was Sunday night, not Monday night. But, yeah.
Scotty said he went into Walmart with a 99% chance to win and came out with a 1% chance to win. That is an insane
It did not take
script
long.
flip.
It did not take long.
Yeah.
I would say within the span of 15 minutes.
Yeah.
If that happened to me, I would have fucking been absolutely furious and I would have cussed Andy out. I would have probably been held back from assaulting him. That's just not cool.
No, and you know he would have been obnoxious about it too.
The entire time.
He can't not be. That's just what he does. Does it with a shit-eating grin. It's fucking obnoxious. That's why I think Joe doesn't want, he's willing to abandon this, long-standing rivalry between him and Andy for our rivalry week. Which is totally fine, because I think anybody in this goddamn league can fucking call out Andy for a rivalry, and it would have some heat, to be quite honest.
I'm going to pick up the mantle. I'm going to do what my brother can't do and try to beat him.
Good fucking luck. There's no way you can't even beat your brother. What are you talking about?
I will let you guys handle that because I will not be able to compete with Andy for the next 2 years.
You're right. I can't beat a guy that puts up...
you want for your rival next year.
Yeah. I can't beat a guy that puts up 70 points with 2 players. You are correct.
70 points between 2 players?
Yeah, Drake London put up 35 and T. Higgins put up 32.
That's not fair.
They were literally...
Sure the fuck isn't.
In this week, they were literally wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, wide receiver 1 and 2.
That is hilarious.
Wide receiver 1. All on one team.
But back to the trade deadline and our trade deadline coming up. If you're going to adamantly talk about not necessarily tanking, right? But hey, everybody's available on my team. When somebody reaches out and asks, because I know multiple people have reached out to this person and said, hey, what do you want for this player? Respond. You're in the last week of the trade deadline. If you're fire sailing right now is the time to get the players that you want. Because I'm going to tell you right now, once I'm out, I'm not trading for the player that I want to trade for. I'm trying to get him now to try to make a push. My week this week determines whether I stay in 7th place or I move back into 6th place because I'm facing Kyle, who's in 6th place. And we have the same record. So if I win, I've got a 1-game lead. If not, I'm behind by a game. So, I'm trying to make a move. I've obviously still got my first-round draft pick up on the trade block. So, tell me what you want for him, and we'll see what we can make happen.
I think I'd be more inclined to give away a first-round pick or, try to trade to get a first-round pick if I was more confident in the draft class. That's just me. But I have zero opinions on it. I don't even know any names of guys that are going. I think it's primarily a defensive one coming up, and that's what sucks.
Yeah. And quarterback heavy from what I heard, right?
Quarterback is fine. People need quarterbacks.
A lot of quarterbacks and a lot of defense.
Yeah, defense is not necessarily what we fucking target in our draft.
This might be our first draft where a couple of defensive players get picked.
It wouldn't be our first where that happens. but it might be one that has heavily dominated by one, and that would be fucking absurd. But I very much doubt that would happen. I still think offensive players are going to dominate our draft. But, yeah. But,
Yeah, I'll sit a player for 2 years and let him develop.
sure. Everybody loves to have that idea. Just put him on taxi squad 2 years. It'd be great by then. Doesn't work that way.
I might be elevating RJ Harvey if this trade doesn't if I don't get a trade done because I'm that desperate at running back right now.
He's worthy of fucking being elevated. Like he gets legitimate playing time. Why would you not have him elevated?
He does now. He
He's
does
been
now.
starting to, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the start of the season. It was terrible. In the last couple of weeks, he's slowly, consistently getting good looks, good receptions too. He's stepping up in the pass game a lot, which is what I need. I mean, that's almost double points. So I I'm gonna have to and figure out where I'm trimming the fat. I mean, I got plenty of second RB2s that are expendable, so wasted my Cortland Sutton for piece of shit Nick Chubb. Or not Nick Chubb, for Chuba Hubbard. Wasted 2 draft picks for Nick Chubb.
Both of those, both Chuba and Nick Chubb, are probably going to be less than valuable going forward, I would say.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll get rid of Nick Chubb before I get rid of Hubbard. Hubbard's still youngish.
Yeah, he has some time left. And he's shown that he's not bad.
Correct. So I mean, one trade away, or Rico Dowdle regressing to the means of being Rico Dowdle again, and Chuba Hubbard's back in that RB1 slot there.
Almost no one is untradeable on my team. Put yourself over the top for a championship. That's what.
Yeah, he did a real good salesman pitch for sure.
He sure tried. He sure tried, but if you want a fire sale, you need to actually sell.
Yeah.
Well,
Or negotiate.
Well, apparently the person that's ghosting people is Scotty, and what Scott said was like, and I can understand Scott not like he's emotional with a lot of his players too, same way as me, except for I'm probably a bit more emotional. That's why I feel like I can't move on from a lot of players. But he's had these guys basically forever. Like McCaffrey is his only thing going for him, and like to give up your only competitive player. It's probably a fucking real kick in the dick, and I don't know if I could ever do it.
I'm looking for Chase Brown because I don't have enough capital, and nor do I want necessarily to get McCaffrey.
Well, let me hear what
You're
offering for Chase Brown.
I haven't offered anything because I don't know what he's looking for.
Bring it to the table with something, then, dude. You got to be aggressive. You got to.
I don't know.
Put your balls on the table.
I clearly suck at valuing players. So that's where I struggle on.
There's trade calculators
throwing
out
out an offer.
Throw a couple out right now. What do you think he's worth? What do you think Chase Brown is worth in a dynasty league going forward?
I mean, honestly, I was thinking a second round and a wide receiver, but I don't have necessarily any wide receivers to give up. That's what I'm saying. The only capital I have to give is draft picks.
Well, draft picks is probably what this person is looking for because they're rebuilding. That's the thing. If you're looking to trade a wide receiver and you don't have receivers to sell, you probably shouldn't sell your receivers. Right?
But would you give a first round draft pick and a third round draft pick? Is that
I think a first round,
that be an offer?
If you put a first round for Chase Brown, I think that's more than generous enough.
But am I losing in that? I'm tired of doing trades and losing.
I can't say for sure. In your eyes, perhaps, and but with Scotty's current position, how high is that pick going to be?
True. Well, it's Joe's draft pick, so
is it Joe that you're going to be trading?
Yeah, yeah.
Joe's middle of the pack.
Yeah, he has his good days and he has his bad weeks. He goes with the Atlanta Falcons offense.
Very true, and a guy.
And he has said that, and he will continue to say that.
He most certainly will. Let's go ahead and put this in the old trade calculator, shall we? You guys.
There's a trade calculator?
Yeah, these things exist, dude. And you can fucking put it back, and you can do it according to Dynasty too. Let's see.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you gotta utilize the fucking things that are out there, homie.
Well, and that's what was been driving me crazy. So I tried to at one point do a trade. I think I talked about this a few weeks ago. This was probably like 4 or 5 weeks ago now. Because Scotty has half of his team up on the trade block, right? So I'm like, all right, he has Pittman and Garrett Wilson up on the trade block. Hell yeah, we're going to go try to get him. So what did I do? I sent him Ted McMillan. I sent him someone else. I think I sent him another receiver as well as some picks in there. I think there was a first round. I think there was a second round in there. And that was just for. And I put these in calculators. I think I texted you, Justin, about it.
Probably.
I was like, hey. And I was like, hey, if you got sent this, and I checked the valuation and everything, and I would be losing that trade badly.
I mean, it's just
But
based on
apparently,
some I don't know, some kind of weird algorithm-based value for certain players,
yeah, like they base it off of like
the player's age
age,
and
team,
like
projections.
What I can see based on this one thing. Let's change this league size down to 10. Does that increase value? No,
it does.
Really change much. Anywho, essentially, what it comes down to, you're about like 500 points, maybe shy, of making it a very like numbers to numbers even trade. Like a Chase Brown gives you like this, according to this calculator, it's like a 3,399 value, but in a first round pick is 2,849. So it's almost there. It's pretty close. However, you can adjust to where the pick is going to be. If it's an early pick, it's probably worth a bit more.
I do see that mid, early, first.
And this is not in, but also this fucking thing is not exactly like, it's not apples to apples like what somebody in our league would actually accept too. Because I think for Scotty, unfortunately, like Chase Brown's one of his younger running backs too, so I don't know what he's thinking in terms of like Christian McCaffrey is an older guy he's probably looking to sell. I don't think he's going to sell Saquon because he just got him, and that's probably a keystone player that he's going to want to move forward with. I could see McCaffrey on the block. I could see a lot of his receivers on that block. I don't think Lamar's going to go anywhere because that's his golden like quarterback, and you don't give up those guys. You just don't.
It does show that a first and a mid third is 39.86 to 38.77.
So a third in addition to?
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you're willing to pay, if you want.
I need a running back, and he's still young, and
you don't have to do it
it
out of
helps
desperation.
solidify.
But
No, but it helps solidify, and it gives me another young running back who's going to be the same age as RJ Harvey to run alongside.
it just says RJ Harvey is fucking old because Chase Brown's been in the league for like
Yeah.
3 years.
I was talking to a Broncos fan, and he was like, "This is RJ Harvey's rookie year?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "How old is he?" I said, 25. He goes, "How long was he in college?"
Long enough to be seasoned, okay? Like, I'm tired of this fucking
Yeah.
nonsense.
Yeah. I was like,
Well,
he got his education first.
Maybe. Or he redshirted a few
yeah,
years.
that's what we'll call it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see what happens.
We haven't seen anybody really like do a fire sale going down at the bottom ever before in this league, so could be interesting.
You
I
ready
didn't do
for
it.
it?
I should have, based on how bad I was, but I didn't because I didn't feel like I was that far away.
The difference between your struggles and Scotty's struggles is your team was super young. Like you had a whole bunch of first years, second years, and you just held on to them and trusted. As they say, for Joel Embiid for the past 10 years, you trusted the process.
Well, I think what was the issue with me when I was on the bottom of the league for a year and a half or so. My biggest problem was the fact that I was not getting basically any real points from the running back 2 position at all. Like, it just wasn't coming. So, missing that was huge. Marvin Harrison's fucking rookie year really fucked me hard last year, too. Like, he was just inconsistent and kind of bad, really. Like, his numbers overall at the end of the year were fine, but, like, the way they came in to be, like, 1 week, 20 points. 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 19, 5, 6, 17 and a half. Like, okay, man, come on. You can't follow that kind of shit.
And that's my experience with McMillan right now, and he doesn't even reach the 17s.
That's a running team.
I think he's...
It seems like.
Yeah. Well, and somehow, the Carolina Panthers, I need to double check this.
What's up? They won 4.
They're second in their division, first off.
Not shocking.
Yeah, have you seen who's in the division?
Tampa,
They're
maybe.
5-4 behind the Bucks.
Yeah, that's who they're behind.
Yeah, Tampa kicks shit. I love Tampa. If I wasn't a Cardinals fan, goddammit, I would love to cheer for Tampa Bay. Instead, I get my bullshit.
Let's go Baker Mayfield.
They're also sitting in front of, the Falcons and the Saints. But
I don't believe in the Falcons one
But
bit.
still.
And the Saints are most wretched. Like, the
Saints are in competition with being probably the second worst team in the NFL right now.
The fact that they went to their rookie, who looked so incredibly worse than Spencer Rattler, is
There's Sal.
Tyler Shuck or whatever his name is, or Suck, whatever you want to call him. I don't know. I have nothing against the kid. I just know that he shouldn't have been drafted where he was. It was just part of the NFL playing some kind of stupid, cruel trick on Shadur Sanders because that's where he should have went. But he didn't.
I thought that's where he was going to go.
There's a lot of places where I could have swore he was going to go, but that's neither here nor there.
There's about 3 rounds of players where he should have gone.
Every quarterback taken after Jackson Dart was not good enough to be taken.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it goes back also to the NFL trade deadline, where the worst team, I would argue, worst team in the NFL, went out, dropped their 2 star defensive players, because they're in, I guess you might say, a full rebuild mode.
Fire sale.
Yeah, we talked about this, yeah.
Yeah, New York Jets
Sauce Gardner and...
New York Jets are somebody that you can safely start your players against and not have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
Your number 1 receiver will be fine because Sauce Gardner's not there. You should happily start a running back because Quinn Williams is not in the middle anymore. And we'll see if they fix it.
And a few other things to look at from said trade deadline. A big key thing was that A.J. Brown stayed with the Eagles. That was a point that people are bringing up.
I didn't know that was discussed.
Well, if you had A.J. Brown, you'd be like, fucking trade him. He's been less than...
Fox Sports wanted to keep the point that A.J. Brown is staying in Philly. Yeah, and of all places that Quinn Williams goes, it's the Cowboys. So that's great.
I mean, they needed help on their line.
They sure did.
Probably shouldn't have let one dude go.
Can you imagine Micah Parsons on the outside and Quinn Williams in the middle?
Quinn Williams would have never gone to Dallas if Micah Parsons stayed there. A, they couldn't afford him. And B,
they couldn't afford it, but just imagine.
It'll be fine, but like the rest of their team is still shit. Like their linebackers are whatever, and their secondary is garbage.
Yeah.
If Blake was on here, anyway, I would argue as the day is long that their corners are shit. Deron Bland is fucking adequate at best, but like Diggs is shit.
He got cooked.
Yeah, and he will get cooked because he's fucking not that good. And like if he plays lower quality teams with fucking incompetent quarterback play, he'll be fine. Not that great.
Because Marvin Harrison made him look like some high school JV corner.
Is that on his touchdown? I saw the highlight on it. Some dude fell down.
God damn, Marvin Harrison had a day against him.
Yeah, it was an okay day. I guess he tied like his career high in catches, which is pretty cool.
A big point for the Seahawks fan over here, wearing my Sounders jersey because soccer season, the European football. Anyway, the Rashid Shaheed goes to the Seahawks, so now they added speed to their wide receiver core.
My question:
that game got so out of hand so quick.
My question:
that Sunday night game.
I have a question about that addition for that team specifically. Was a slot receiver really the problem with the offense? They can throw the ball just fine. They can't run the ball to save their life.
No, and that's what I was going to kind of get at too. Is just yeah, adding that deep threat and that speed with Shaheed is great, but it's not needed. Sam Darnold is having a great year.
Yeah,
I mean, JSN is arguably top five receiver right now.
definitely.
And yeah, I mean, Darnold is distributing the ball just fine.
Yeah,
Horton looks fine.
just the two forgotten names on that offense are the first string and second string running backs on that team. I don't
Yeah.
think Ken Walker has
Yeah.
been said. His name's been said aloud in 3 weeks. Personally, I had to remember what his fucking name was before I even just said that. I was like, "What the fuck is the name of that guy that I think is supposed to play running back on that team?"
Yeah,
It's Ken Walker.
the last five games for the Seahawks, his best week, Kenneth Walker's best week, he was RB 26.
What about Charbonnet?
Probably,
He's
probably
he's
not much
not any
better,
better.
really. Like,
Not much better. And the thing is, they're not even playing from behind.
no, because they're
Like the Seahawks are up there as like one of the better teams in the
well,
NFL.
their defense is fucking stellar, and they are
Yeah.
very efficient in the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but they're
Uh,
just
Hey, you catch
Charbonnet's
the
best,
ball, it keeps the clock running, just like
yeah,
running the ball.
well. I mean,
yeah.
they're just
Charbonnet's
very.
best game was against Houston, where he was RB8, but he had 12 carries for 50 yards and two tutties.
That makes you RB8. Fucking goddamn.
He had 19. He had 19.2 points that game.
I guess that's fine. Yeah.
It's 12 points off of touchdowns.
Yeah, that's just that. And plus, he's kind of like their goal line guy. But that's, I mean, like you were just saying, Kenneth Walker was like a top 10, top 8, or sometimes a top 5 running back for a while. If he was healthy, which that's the key line for Kenneth Walker specifically, is health.
Well, his injury
Uh,
history is well documented.
Very much. And I mean, their tight end position is just whatever.
Their tight end position is fine. They got AJ Barner and they got the rookie Elijah Arroyo. But and
Mm-hmm.
everybody seems to be scoring except the running backs. Which, if it's fine, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I mean, how far is strictly a passing game going to get you if somebody can defend the pass and forces you to run and you're not really good at it? So I don't consider Seattle like a Super Bowl team, but definitely a playoff team for sure.
Definitely definitely playoff team. I would say best they could do this year so far is conference championship, and that's really high.
It's pushing it, but the NFC's kind of weak this year, so I mean, like it could happen.
Um, and then we've talked plenty about Sauce Gardner. He went to the Colts, which just made the Colts better. But also Daniel Jones looked like Danny Dimes this week. Cause God damn it,
He had a bad week. He'll be fine next week.
oh, that was yeah. Justin watched me fully crash out at Zips
As you,
this last
you're
week.
totally within your rights to do that.
As you should have. Yeah.
But the feeling that I have
Against
go ahead. Go ahead.
fucking Steelers, who Nick over here I have written down the number of times he has crashed out this season just on purely hatred of how bad the Steelers are. And that's on offense and defense, specifically defense. And so how the fuck did it work out that Daniel Jones gets intercepted 3 times and fumbled twice? How the
The good old peanut punch, baby.
I'm done.
Gotta protect that ball.
Yeah. Okay. The shitty thing about that game is that yes, it sucks because Daniel Jones looks human again, and like people were like, "Oh yeah, this is the guy that we remember." Whereas I think he's actually going to return more to form of what he has been this year going forward. And the worst thing that this game did is convince Steelers fans that their team might be fucking competent, and it's not at all. They got lucky on a lot of turnovers. You will always win if you win the turnover battle 6-1. That's fucking not hard to do. So
I will tell you right now, as a Steelers fan, I thought we were the afternoon game, not the night game, but the afternoon game. So when I looked at Sleeper and was like, TJ Watt has points, like, hold on, wait a minute. I turned it on and saw we were up 14-7. I said, How? Like, I had this game marked as a loss. Like, I was like, we're going against Indy. We're going to fucking lose this game. I already, like, chopped it up to a loss, said what it is. For the love of God, I want Khan's head on a platter. Like, how do you, knowing that your offense needs help when it comes to the pass game, do not pick up anybody? The Jets were over there selling their mother and their grandmother, and you didn't want anybody off of it. You couldn't have went and got anybody. Like, I swear to you, how many games do we have to watch where it's Jonnu Smith, Darnell Washington, and Pat Fryermuth catching the ball? Because DK Metcalf, 2 catches, I believe. I believe all he had was 2 fucking catches, and I believe he only had 4 targets in that whole fucking
I think
game.
he had like 6 yards too.
That
Calvin
should
Austin.
tell you. That should tell you the issue. Midget over there, Calvin Austin III, isn't tall enough to jump over anybody to catch a deep ball, to catch a jump ball. You need somebody else to take some of that pressure away from DK. And 3 tight ends catching the ball 3 to 5 yards down the field isn't going to fucking win you the offensive battle.
I mean, you say that, but it won this last week, so...
No, the defense won
I'm
this
aware.
last
There
week.
wasn't very good... There's not a lot of offensive stats
When we
to
get
look
the
at.
ball at the 20, when we get the ball at the 20-yard line, we better be winning the fucking game. Consistently get the ball at the 20-yard line. We better be winning the fucking
If you
game.
consistently get the ball
Yeah,
to 20
5 times he got the ball in the red zone.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I saw the game. It was
5 times he got the ball in the red zone.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
And somehow, this is a stat line that blows me away and still like
It'll be another 8-8.
Can't go 8-8.
it is going to be another 8-8.
Sorry,
but
9-8.
I'd rather you go 8-9
Yeah.
and then ruin Tomlin's record to watch his fucking afro puff out.
The stat line still for Daniel Jones, but it still blew me away. 31 for 50 for 340. He still had great stats, just 3 interceptions on top of that with 2 fumbles.
I hate to break it to you, but throwing the ball 50 times is not good for a quarterback.
Well, they had to.
They
Well,
had to
yeah.
because of him. Yeah, I know. I saw the
They
game.
should.
And the Steelers still almost lost that shit. So,
Right.
like, even winning 6 turnovers, you still almost lost it. That should tell you how terrible the offense is that with 6 turnovers on defense, that you can't capitalize that many times with it.
We'll see. We'll see how the rest of the
They almost
season
shit.
plays out. Who's your other quarterback, by the way?
We still got to play the Ravens. We still got to play the Ravens twice.
Who else could you possibly start, Ryan, besides
Danny Dimes.
Besides Indiana Jones,
Yeah.
CJ Stroud, but CJ Stroud got concussion in the first quarter.
Sure did.
Or Cam Ward.
Drop Cam Ward.
Cam Ward is.
Drop him. Drop him immediately. He's not
Oh,
good.
he's on my taxi.
No, I don't think he
He
deserves
doesn't
to be
deserve a taxi spot.
No,
You know how
I
I got
literally
Drake
just
May?
took him.
I picked him up when somebody dropped him. So, like, you can find this.
Yeah. Well, I'm told he's going to be. Only reason why I'm hanging on to him is just because he's on tax, and I forgot that I had him. So
Until just
You
now.
want Caleb Williams?
until just now, yeah. What?
You want Caleb
Do
Williams?
I want Caleb Williams? Sure. I'll take
You
it.
want Jaden Daniels?
Jane Daniels is hurt, dickhead.
He's hurt for the rest of the year.
Cam
He's
Ward's
not-
on his taxi squad. It's not like he's going to play Cam Ward this year.
Interesting move though that did happen today too was Jacoby Myers to the Jaguars. I don't know what to think. I don't know if that makes his value better or worse.
How could it get worse?
Yeah.
Because
You're on an offense that only throws to Brock Bowers. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I dumped fucking Romeo Dubs for a rookie that I kept hearing about in the preseason on the Raiders, and I'm kicking myself because, like, I held on, like, I dropped a dude that fucking I liked quite a bit on the Packers, and now I'm stuck with this shithead, so I'm just going to dump him as soon as the season's over because I don't believe in what the Raiders are doing at all, and I don't think that offense is going to get better anytime soon. So, time to jettison all that fucking bullshit that's out there.
you don't think Geno Smith's the answer over there?
Unless the answer is who's going to be the worst quarterback that we can possibly start for our team.
Well, and I think the problem with the Raiders is that they're so focused on those skill positions, they forgot that you need to protect said skill positions.
Well,
Are
I blame
we
Father Time for not fucking recognizing that shit. Old man Withers on the sideline doesn't fucking know who he should be taking, like, to protect a quarterback?
I mean, because my argument with that, why I say that they're so focused on skill and not on the line. Geno Smith, when he had the Seattle offensive line, he was comeback player of the year with them
And he also had
because they had
he also had a
a
competent running
semi
game.
competent. They had a running game. They had a good line,
I
a
mean, I
competent
wouldn't say it's a
offensive
good
line.
line. Better line. Definitely better. Because this line for the Raiders is trash. But Seattle hasn't had a strong offensive line in years.
As a Seattle fan, the last time we had a good offensive line was Matt Hasselbeck.
No shit. I remember that very vividly because they always talked about how Russell Wilson never had a good line to fucking play behind.
Yes.
That's why he learned how
It
to
was
do
Matt Hasselbeck when they went to the Super Bowl because I remember a very specific like car insurance commercial that was like, pay you get this level of protection, and they have his offensive line for the price of this offensive line, and it was a bunch of like high school C team guys.
Yeah, that's not quite fair. Yeah, hell yeah. I remember, like, I used to remember some of the names of those guys on the fucking offensive line. Steve Hutchinson. Like, he was awesome.
Yeah, but so Jacoby Myers to the Jaguars because you have Brian Thomas who's kind of struggling this year, a bunch of injuries
I'd say Brian
on
Thomas
their
is more
wide
struggling
receiver.
because his quarterback is, like, not being good at all.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is having a very not good year.
Jacksonville and Arizona are struggling with their former number one overall picks being not so good. Fortunately for Arizona, they have Jacoby Brissett, who's a pretty good backup. I don't know who the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars have, and Trevor Lawrence isn't hurt, so you can't even shadow bench him.
Trying to see other. Okay. I need to just go to the transaction list. What else was going on? Ooh, yeah, I forgot about that. The Tucker Craft is on IR now. So that hurts. Tucker Craft, is that with Blake or is
that's Joe.
that's Joe? So he's
And
there. That's
I
why he's so funny enough, Joe sent me a trade for Kyle Pitts. But also Matt sent me one for Kyle Pitts. So, what else?
was surprised that Pittsburgh didn't make a move, knowing that knowing that Green Bay just lost their tight end and didn't move any of the 20 that we have to try to get either draft capital or like I said earlier, a wide receiver perhaps from Green Bay. Like I'm sure they would have given up a wide receiver 3 who is better than Calvin Austin and Wilson for, let's say, John. That's obviously not Johnny Smith. We just picked him up, and that's Arthur Smith's, butt buddy. But let's say Pat Fryermuth. I was reading a lot saying that Pittsburgh might have moved Pat Fryermuth to Green Bay for draft capital, if not a wide receiver. And I was watching my phone all day long, waiting for it to come through that we were getting rid of Fryermuth for something.
Let me ask you, which receiver of Green Bay's selection and bevy of second to third fucking receivers,
That's what I was trying to
which
figure
one
out.
do you think you'd want more? If you say Jaden Reed,
And
you're
like
high
I
out
said,
of your
that's what I
fucking
was
mind.
trying. Oh no, fuck Jaden Reed. But that's what I was trying to figure out the entire time. I kept reading that they were trying to make something happen with Green Bay, and I'm like, for who? Who is on there? Because they're not going to give up Matthew Golden, maybe Christian Watson, and maybe Romeo Dobbs. Would
Romeo
have
Dubs,
been like maybe
perhaps.
one of those.
Dubs, maybe.
Yeah, m- maybe one of those for Pat Fryermuth would have been what I was seeing. Obviously, it didn't happen. Nothing came to fruition because Arthur Smith loves all of his tight ends apparently,
Gotta,
and
gotta
just
love
wants
it.
to spread the wealth to
T-E.
him, to those three. Number 74, who's an offensive lineman slash tight end apparently,
I don't even know who that is. Is it?
but I don't know his name. But every time they ran the three tight end set, I would hear
I
number
think it is.
74 is eligible.
Is that who I think it is? Oh my God, he has a job again. Oh no.
Who?
Oh fuck. What was his the first act? What was his real name? Uh, Robbie Chosen.
Yeah, it's Robbie Chosen now.
It's Robbie Chosen now, but it's Robbie Anderson originally.
It was Robbie Anderson, then it was Chosen Anderson, now it's
Robbie
Robbie Chosen.
Chosen.
Oh, is that number 74 for the Steelers?
No, that is the
Oh,
wide receiver
I was like,
that's been around forever. Is now with the Commander.
oh, the one with all the weird hair.
The crazy hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, they signed him on Wednesday. And Gabe Davis is back with Buffalo.
Yeah, he went back there, and he's not going to play for Buffalo. He's
No,
not. He's not
unfortunately
better
not.
than what they have, and they have nothing.
I forgot that Green Bay has Luke Musgrave, and that's probably why they didn't do any trades for a tight end.
Well, if you remember 2 years ago when they drafted Luke Musgrave, he was supposed to be the dude, and then Tucker Kraft was just better.
Was like, wait a minute. Yeah, Tucker Kraft was like, wait a minute. I still play.
Yeah.
Where was the thing that just surprised me? Oh yeah, on Friday, Halloween. I'm sure you guys probably knew this already. I didn't, but I learned this on Friday, just now, that the Miami Dolphins fired their GM Chris Greer.
I fell asleep on the couch that night. I didn't do much. But I did see that before I fell asleep. And I thought that was a brilliant move because he has done nothing but make bad decisions in terms of a roster building for all of the Dolphins. They're going to fire
Well,
their
that
head
just
coach at
tells
the
me
end
that
of
Mike.
the year, which sucks. But
Yeah, I mean that just tells me that Mike McDaniel's is on his way out too.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like Mike McDaniel's going to go. But they needed to fire the GM because he did nothing to make that team better in the fucking however long he's been there. Ever since they got Tyreek
Spencer
Hill, they've been
Anderson.
slowly worse every single year. Slow.
Spencer Anderson. He's 6'5", 305 pounds, is the lineman that runs tight end routes.
That is a big boy.
That is a guy I wish I didn't know.
Cedric Tillman. Cedric Tillman's still around, and he just got and he's set to return to practice for the Browns.
Cedric Tillman has not been around as long as you may think, sir.
I've not heard that name in a while.
It may have been like a year or two that you haven't heard him because he's
Probably.
often hurt. That's why. Like the reason why he wasn't highly drafted because he was hurt, and he's been consistently hurt since he's been in the league. But if he was healthy, he should be out there with Jerry Jeudy as a 1-2 option.
And
He said Jerry Judy's whittling away to nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
I
not.
don't know if we talked about it on. Yeah. I don't know if we talked about it on the actual recording here, but Marquez Valdez Scantling.
Practice squad for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Get your
Hey, that's
receiver,
a big
homie.
signing.
I got my Green Bay receiver, too.
Cool. Super cool.
Just
Fun,
saying,
dude.
you asked for a wide receiver. Guess what? They got him.
And you know what's crazy is if I remember correctly, when he played with Aaron Rodgers hated playing with him.
Yeah. You know why? Because he was
Like,
terrible.
why would you? Why? Yeah.
Wasn't he also with Kansas City for a stint too?
Yeah, he was like 4 different teams already, 5 different
Not
teams.
that many, but yeah, he bounced around a bit.
He's been around the block.
Yeah, he sucks.
And so I also counted today the trade deadline. So deadline day had had tied for the most player transactions.
Yeah, I was looking at
in
it.
NFL history.
There were a bunch of trades that just would never breach the water of me caring. Like, here's this corner. That
Green
went
Bay,
for,
Kansas City,
who cares?
Buffalo, New Orleans, San Fran, and now Pittsburgh. This is the 6th team.
He was with the Seahawks earlier in the year.
Really? Probably for just a tryout.
They don't classify that. Yeah.
He was probably.
He supposedly was with them for preseason.
It sounds like a Jerry Rice with the Broncos situation.
But Jerry Rice actually made a difference with the Seahawks because he took them to the Super Bowl that year and lost to this
He didn't
guy.
take them. He helped.
Yeah.
That's what's tragic about that's the thing I try to remember about the good Seahawks team back then with Sean Alexander and Matt Hasselbeck. It's like, who in the fuck were their wide receivers? Apparently Jerry Rice and
Jerry Rice.
somebody else. I have no idea. Nobody.
Shit. That was
Was
2009.
it Doug Baldwin?
Yep.
No,
Oh,
Baldwin
He
was
was later.
probably not born yet.
Born you, my ass.
Oh no,
He might have been
it was
16 years old, if anything.
it was 2008. No, what year was it?
Wasn't it?
he was on the
I
cover
promise
of
you it wasn't
Madden, I
08.
think, in 2008. Yeah, I think
It
Alexander was
wasn't.
the
It wasn't
cover of Madden
2009
08.
either.
Nope. 09 was the Saints. 08 Cardinals.
Oh, it was 2005.
Sure was.
2005, 2006.
Yes.
Early. Sean Alexander was.
That's what it was.
It was. So they
Ben
had.
Roethlisberger was like fucking.
While he's looking that up, a little fun fact:
26.
I actually work with a former NFL player
Who?
at my job. His name's Keelan Johnson, and he has one career tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles in a blowout game against the Chicago Bears. And we found video footage of the tackle.
If I were Keelan Johnson and I had that statistic, I wouldn't tell people what my stats were.
Hey, he's in Madden 13, so you can play as him in Madden 13 with a 90 overall speed.
If your
I would brag
backups
about
come
that.
in, you'll play with as him. No way.
Getting a 90 overall speed in Madden, though, that's pretty impressive.
I have not.
None
heard
of
that
the rest of
in a
your
while.
shit is bad. Like your tackling is fucking subpar. Like
Yeah, your speed 90, tackling for a defensive player at 50.
tackling,
probably not good.
awareness, agility, like all this other shit that goes into the fucking game.
Here's a player that I totally forgot about until just now, looking up who the Seahawks drafted that year in 2005. Tutupu.
Lufu
Lofa
Tutupu.
Tutupu was a fucking great player.
I have not heard that name.
Well, who were your wide receivers, man?
I'm on this. I got
Some nobodies.
Talk amongst yourselves.
No, they were honestly names that I just didn't recognize. And what's funny, I didn't see Jerry Rice on there.
It's probably because it was before that.
No, I thought he had a touchdown that was called back.
I guarantee you it was probably earlier, dude.
It was the year before. It was the year before.
Before?
Because he was with the Broncos in 2005.
Steve Hutchinson. Let's go ahead and change that shit. Tap, tap, tap.
Jeez,
Tap,
2005.
tap, 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 tap.
20 years ago. Ouch.
You had T.O. You had T.O. on that. Oh, that's the Eagle.
No,
That's
that
the
was
Eagles.
the Eagles. So we had Bobby Ingram and DJ Hackett were the big ones.
Fucking Christ almighty, you had nothing.
Yeah. Bobby Ingram, DJ Hackett, and Daryl Jackson were the top three. But when you have Sean Alexander, who I think that was his MVP season.
Probably. I think that was the year that he actually broke the rushing record for to hang on to it for half a second until fucking LaDainian crushed it a couple years later.
Yeah. Seahawks touted Pro Bowlers on offense and boasted season MVP running back Sean Alexander, who would eventually break Priest Holmes' single season touchdown record with 28.
Oh, where's Kyle when I need him for all these fucking names? Jesus Christ. Seneca Wallace, fucking Grant Whitstone.
Seneca Wallace.
Floyd
he was the
Womack.
backup because Matt Hasselbeck could never stay healthy, and so it was always Seneca Wallace
Also, my
coming
most
in.
hated Cardinals receiver, Jeremy Urban. Fuck him in
That
his
bad, huh?
stupid white asshole. I fucking hate him forever.
Oh God! All right, we just hit the hour mark. So, boys, going into Week 10, our trade deadline week. What are we looking forward to?
Answers?
Well, you guys seem like, Mr. Towel, you should probably answer the most because you're hoping to get a running back. Right? That's it? That's all you're looking for? That's all you think you're short?
I mean, I know I'm short of probably another wide receiver, but again, I don't have the capital to give up to necessarily make that kind of push. And my wide receivers are consistently inconsistent. So DJ Moore can put up 3 points one week and then all of a sudden have 3 straight weeks of 15 plus, then go back to 2 games of 4 and 5, then back up to throwing a touchdown and running a touchdown. So
What is this lack
I've
of
got Rice
capital
back.
that you're talking about?
I've got no depth.
You have draft picks. Am I wrong?
You are correct, and I suck at drafting players.
Then you should trade
So
him away. That's capital, homie. Like, what the fuck you want?
that's what my brother. I mean, shit, that's what Joe did.
Yeah, but like he got butt
Yeah.
fucking lucky with like a quarterback wide receiver thing that will not serve him well again. Like Joe will never do that again. Promise. Joe, if you're listening, you're never gonna do that again.
Like I said, now that I didn't know that there was things as a trade calculator, so now that I'm aware,
Oh my god.
I'm definitely gonna be making some moves. I usually talk with other people that play fantasy football, and that's usually how I make my trades. Not in this league, but other leagues, other seasoned veterans, and kind of bounce ideas off of them is how I was doing it.
It's serving you
But
pretty well,
I mean,
man. Way to go.
I got Wandale Robinson, Rasheed Rice, DJ Moore. So I mean, I've got a decent three wide receivers. I could use one more, so I might look around and see who's out there. Um, but I mean, my quarterbacks are Baker Mayfield and Justin Herbert, so I'm not hurting at the quarterback slot. My defense is consistently inconsistent.
Defense can be
So,
fixed through
but
free agency if you try.
that's yeah,
It's not something you
yeah.
need to dwell on.
Defense, I wouldn't even try to trade anything. You just pick
And
someone.
my tight end is Trey McBride. So I just got through his bye week, so I'm good at tight end for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and he had a crazy good game against the
Who are
Cowboys.
your running
Yeah,
backs
he's.
again, Nick?
I don't want to talk about it.
I'll look it up. I'll fucking out you.
I got
His highlight is
I
Rico
got
Dowdle.
DeAndre Swift, Rico Dowdle, Chuba Hubbard, Nick Chubb.
So how are Swift and Dowdle not enough for you to?
Because Swift might have just lost his job to Kyle.
The fuck he's going to? They were against the Bengals, dude.
I don't want to try to pronounce his last name.
Manon guy.
Manon guy.
You did it.
So,
Way to go. Anywho, he didn't lose his fucking job because of that shit. Manon guy is a 7th round pick. There's no way he's gonna take the job over.
because it still leaves me a flex spot that I've got nobody for.
Ideally, like realistically, people are trying to get like another receiver into that flex position because that's just the more plentiful position that people have. So you need at least 2 strong running backs going into it, and I think you have at least that in case, like, if Swift is still going, we'll see.
Yeah, and I don't know how much longer he's gonna go. So that's why I'm saying, like, Chase Brown's still young. He should have, at least 5 to 7 years left. Whereas Swift, he's getting up there in age, and obviously the Bears have a young rookie running back that looks decent. So at any point, it could be where it's just like, all right, well, we're gonna give this rookie more chances, and oh, look at that, he's doing better. Swift too.
I would think that you really need to dial back your analysis of whatever Manon guy did this last week because the Bengals are shit, and anybody looks good against them. So, like, it's just like he's not going to do that week to week. So, just like let's just dial it back a little bit. But
We also talked about dialing back Rico Dowdle, and that fucking dude's on a tear,
hey,
man.
that was weeks ago. That was before he did it 2 weeks in a row, homie.
He's still doing it. Yeah, he's still doing it. Jesus, man.
Yeah,
Even this last week, he was RB4.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. Like the Panthers fucking finally figured it out.
Yeah. I was glad I was able to drop him and pick him back up.
Consider yourself fucking lucky. Otherwise, Andy would have gone.
Yeah, fuck you, Michael Carter.
Michael Carter sucks.
Yeah.
So
He didn't suck for me the week that I picked him up.
he's on practice squad now, so whatever.
Was he back with the practice squad?
Yeah, that was one of the transactions today. Woo!
Dropped him just to pick him back up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
What about you guys? Any?
I can't imagine, Mr. Last Place, you were looking to gain assets at this point, right? Unless there's more draft picks or.
Well, I've been sent some
can't-
offers that were.
He's been talking about trading away draft picks. Like, I don't understand how you can rebuild and not have draft picks, man.
Well, because what's interesting is what I've been sent for trades just today. I've gotten 2. Well, I've had one from Matt. That was I've been sitting on for a week.
I That's a long time for Matt.
And
He
then,
usually fucking pulls the trigger and like takes it away
yeah.
after a while.
Yeah.
Well, I told him at Zips I'm thinking about it. And then
He's
Joe
doing the
sent me
whole
one today,
stringing them
too.
along.
I guess.
Yeah, a little bit. So Joe sent me one for Kyle Pitts, just a straight up second round pick. And then Matt sent me one that was really interesting, which I can then use those
Well,
picks.
what
to
is it?
Stuff. So let me open
Do
up.
tell, Caddy, bitch.
He was gonna send me. He would send me Jalen Hurts, T.J. Hawkinson, and Torrey Horton, a rookie wide receiver at Seattle. For Kyle Pitts, 2026 first round and 2026 third round.
See,
You shouldn't be giving up draft picks.
I
Like
shouldn't,
that's
yeah.
where I have a hard time with that. But you are getting
you're getting
a decent return.
what you're getting is the
And my
quarterback
big
you
thing
can
too
start every
is
week.
well, and my thing too is now I have 3 quarterbacks. I can now use CJ Stroud as draft leverage. I can trade CJ if anyone wants CJ. I can also trade Horton as well because I'm not entirely as much as I would love a wide receiver from Seattle.
Here's a helpful
My
piece of
thing for
information.
Horton.
If I had Horton, I wouldn't fucking trade him. Not at all. Not the way he's
Yeah,
been.
I'd hold on to him.
My only issue for Horton is that he has. I guess I also wouldn't be starting him right away.
He has 5 touchdowns this year.
And 2 of them are from last week.
Okay. To be able to score 2 touchdowns in a game is still pretty fucking vital.
Yeah. So that's the one where I'm like,
don't trade away young players that could show that they can produce, dude. Nope, just don't do that.
So the one that Matt sent me, I'm like, ugh. But I just don't love the giving up picks.
You're giving up a first and another pick too, or
And a third.
first and third.
First and third, and
you get a quarterback, and Torrey Horton. And what was the third thing?
It's more or less a straight swap for Kyle Pitts for T.J. Hawkinson.
I see. Okay, so you still get a tight end to put in that position. You're not left for nothing. But you who do you have for your?
Well, and I have Tyler Warren.
And you have Tyler Warren, so you don't necessarily need that position. So, trading, honestly, the fact that you have Tyler Warren, you do not need Kyle Pitts anymore because of that.
Correct.
You are giving up a first-round pick, but what that is getting you is a reliable quarterback position and a young, promising receiver.
Whereas with Joe's, you're giving up a tight end for a draft pick. So at this point, you got to figure out what you value more: young talent that's already proving itself, or potential unproven talent that's coming into the league.
Well, and even then, it's also just a second round in a defense-heavy 2026.
True. I mean, that is going.
Correct.
It's going to change as we get closer to the draft, but like as it stands right now, yes, that's what
Yeah.
it's looking like. All
But
the
yeah,
more reason.
I mean,
like,
that's
if
just
you
what-
gave up a first-round pick this upcoming year, and it turns out to be a very weak offensive draft. Like that's kind of fucking good.
Yeah. That's why I've been like kind of thinking about it.
I don't think it's a bad one, and I know Matt's been saying like he wants to get rid of. He's looking to unload Jalen Hurts. He just is. So, but he.
And who's the Thursday night game this week?
What's up?
Who's the Thursday night game this week?
It's a bad matchup, I think.
Raiders and Broncos.
As I said.
Yeah.
What a terrible.
Broncos.
So none of those players, none of that would need to be moved until Saturday. So I mean, it's not like one of those trades where one of the players starts this week, so you have to do it by Thursday.
As soon as week 10
Like
is
you've got
over,
some time to think about it.
it's over. You can't do anything else. Like as soon as that Monday night game is played, no more trades the rest of the year.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more high on 2027 rookie drafts, but that's year and a half out still.
Yeah, and yeah, that particular trade, I don't think Torrey Horton is a start this year kind of player. I think he's a start next year at the earliest kind of player.
Yeah.
So,
Well, especially when you have JSN over there.
well, I mean, like JSN's fine, but he's only one guy, and you can't throw it to one guy every time. Even the Bengals
Yeah.
have to throw it to fucking T. Higgins.
It shows this week.
God damn it.
I mean, don't play your brother.
So I mean, and I mean, Matt is good about being equal, like as close to equal on trades.
I don't think it's a bad trade.
Matt is
Personally, it's just like it's what you're valuing against what he's willing to like. It's not unfair, is what I should say. Like it's not one sided or one way or the other. He's looking to get rid of a quarterback just because he wants to get picks and try to like rebuild his team because that's how he feels about his team. You're rebuilding too, so he's going to give you like pieces towards rebuilding.
So I think it's a very fair trade. It's just, goes back to what we've just been saying: is what do I value right now versus do I care about?
Ridiculous. Does Joe need a tight end? Like what the hell?
Yeah, he just lost Tucker Kraft.
He's lost Tucker Kraft.
Oh, poor baby.
So
tell him to pick up Luke Buster.
Who knows?
Right?
Get him on the fucking waiver wire. What happened to Oronde Gadsden?
Anyway.
Fucking twat.
God, the names are
You, according to this draft calculator, you would be coming out on top in that trade with Matt.
I think so too because like he's got because Jalen Hurts is generally considered a top fucking candidate for quarterback.
Top 5 fantasy quarterback,
right? Which you don't have.
Not necessarily a good NFL quarterback, but a fantasy quarterback that you want.
Well, he's not on your NFL team. He's on your fantasy team in this particular scenario.
Exactly.
And Kyle Pitts isn't a trusted tight end either, so you could potentially be giving away a dud.
Kyle Pitts is irrelevant in the argument because he has Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm talking about like giving away, and you have a solid tight end behind it, anyways.
He is less than nothing to you at this point because of Tyler Warren.
Yes. Yeah. I haven't thought about Kyle Pitts since I.
Nor should you have. I mean, kudos to you.
Yeah. Even tight end, even National Tight End Day, I didn't care.
You thought about him a couple of times.
No, actually,
we know you did. Well, you loved Kyle Pitts.
We didn't do anything.
I did at first when I took him instead of Travis Kelce during our last non-keeper.
But anywho,
all right. Anyway, everyone out there, all 3 of you that listen to this, that isn't us.
I love you.
Thanks for tuning in. Nikki P, we're sorry we didn't have a segment for you this week.
Do better next week.
Just because you did.
Win next week and we'll talk.
We will have a Nikki P week little section for you next week though, for sure. Just because
I'm not gonna promise that shit. Maybe he sucks next week and I don't want to talk to him.
No, we absolutely
what if he loses again?
Nick. It's Battle of the Knicks this week.
Oh shit.
No, it's not. No, sir. I'm facing Kyle, sir.
Oh no.
So we talked. Oh, I am. No, I am facing Nick this week.
This is week 10, we're back on week 1 schedule, so I should be playing Joe.
Yep, well, I am facing Nikki P this week.
I don't want to play Joe. Fuck.
Nikki P, good luck. Thankfully, I'm facing Nikki P.
Thankfully,
when he's got players out. Well, he's got players out and on bye weeks. So, and the players that are out are not on a bye week. So, I might be playing a hurt Nikki P squad.
He's missing Mahomes, Javonte Williams, Jake Ferguson,
Brandon Aubrey. And he's got Ricky Pearsall, Golden, who are both registered as out right now. He is getting Ibuka back and Dalton Kincaid, but it does not look like he's got a running back to start.
No, I'm not playing Joe.
Besides, James Cook.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a second running back to start.
Yeah.
I don't play Joe.
So I might pull one off this week.
You might sneak one.
Who's facing Kyle?
I believe
Joe is.
Blake.
Joe.
No. Oh, Joe.
Joe's facing Kyle. I thought I was facing Joe.
Fuck, I gotta root for my fucking brother. And I thought I was facing Kyle. Look at that.
Hey, guess who? I'm playing the fucking number 1 team in the league, so I mean, we'll see how it goes.
So you're playing Blake.
Goddamn right I am.
Yep.
And Matt and Andy are playing each other.
All right, y'all. Actually going this time. Have a good week. Have fun. Be safe. Make good choices. We'll see y'all next week. Post week 10.